Well, I understand what you're asking, but I got to point out that I think we put them away before we were at a man advantage. To be honest with you, to give credit to my guys. Thing is, to me, is that we didn't do much differently tonight than we've done, over the last month and a half. The only difference was that we converted our chances. We created so many opportunities, and we've been so fluid going forward. And tonight it fell to us, and guys were lethal with the ball at their feet going to goal. So I didn't see a huge difference this game compared to the last month and a half. But the guys did well; they were up for it, and it's great to have multiple goal scorers. Yeah, I mean, there were times that they sat back pretty deep, but they did open up, and it opened up the game, and that's when we're at our best. When we're not at our best when teams are packing in 8, 9, 10 guys behind the ball. But I thought the ball movement was good. We skipped players. It was precise, and a lot of things that we worked on the last couple of games leading into this, they did, and that's, I believe, why we got the result.
I know we've been talking about Luis for like the past month here, but what does it say about him that he's been able to score in the past 3 matches?
I told him he was going to score, so all his goals this year over the games, I said, you're going to score tonight. So it's me that's making him score. Listen, I mean, it's the same question, the same answer I'm going to give is the answer I've given about Luis over the last month, is that he brings so much to this team. And it sounds weird to say that my number 9 we're not relying on him heavily to score because we know he's not a natural goal scorer. But he's in a position that we need to get goals, and lately he's been doing well with that, and he's putting himself in great positions. He's linking up with other players, and he hit the woodwork I think twice again tonight. So he could have had 2, 3 goals tonight, and I'm just thrilled for him.
Nick Raimondo gets his 100th save. I mean, what can you what can you say about him that you haven't said before?
Probably nothing. I've said it all. Nicky's phenomenal, but the shutout was a team effort. Starts with Luis up top with his pressure, and all the way through, I thought Kyle and Luke had a phenomenal game in the midfield, controlling it. And then it's great to know that someone like Nicky, when the ball does get through, he's going to come up with that big save. And he's the leader from the back. And his voice is heard, and such confidence to play a high line and to play pressure soccer, because we know if it gets through, he's going to come up big. So he's earned it, and I'm very excited and happy for him.
From the playoff teams you've played with and coached, was there anything missing from tonight when it comes to kind of a playoff type effort? And does this team have 7 more of these in them before the end of the season?
I mean, I'm not a mind reader, but I can't predict the future. But I believe in this team. They believe in themselves. When they're confident and they're doing the things that we ask of them and believing it, anything's possible, especially in a league like Major League Soccer. So we're going to need another performance like this on Saturday night, and then we're going to be able to have 2 weeks to rest before a huge game in Vancouver. So every game from now on is a playoff game for us, and that started in Montreal. We weren't able to go to 7 games unbeaten with Montreal, but we put it behind us, and now we start a new run.
When replacing Marcelo Silva in the back line, were you thinking about is Danny in there to add speed, then plus with then you have Horst in the middle with the experience? Is that kind of how you went about replacing him?
Well, I mean, Chris Schuler is not 100% at the moment, and that's not to take anything from David Horst. I just don't want to negate Chris Schuler out of the picture at all. David's an experienced guy. He reads the game well. I thought he did a great job tonight. So he's been working hard, and he's next in the pecking order right now. So he jumps in. Danny jumps in because we needed pace. We needed fresh legs. Chris Winger, he's done everything we've asked of him over the last handful of games. And it was a time right now that we knew that they were going to try to attack us down the wing. And we needed those fresh legs and that youthfulness out of Danny. And I thought Danny did very well tonight.
Mike, obviously your 2 number 9 scored. Obviously you're at the end. He looked a little bit frustrated. Can you tell us a little bit?
Who looked frustrated?
Jura.
When did he look frustrated?
At the end, he barely celebrated his goal. What does it mean to you that your 2 number 9s are scoring now when it was a struggle a few weeks couple of months ago.
Well, I didn't see frustration in Jura, and you'll have to ask him that. I don't think he was frustrated, first of all. Second of all, I don't care if it's my number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10 that scores. You know, we need goals. And, you know, Luis had a phenomenal one. Jura had a very good one as well. So it doesn't matter where the goals are coming. It just matters that we're scoring.
I know during that stretch when teams were sitting on you, you came in here and talked about you really have to get at them when they're out of shape, basically. Your first goal, it really seemed like the perfect scenario of that. They're a little out of shape. Albert plays that quick ball in, and you score. Talk about Albert's vision to recognize that and, you know, find Luis up there.
Albert sees, you know, Albert's the type of player that sees plays 2, 3 seconds ahead of everybody else, and that's why he's so valuable to us. And then you add Luis and Joao and Jefferson that are very similar players, and that's why it's difficult when teams sit back, because in transition they're so fluid, they're so fast, they can read each other when there's space in front of them, and it's a joy to watch. It's a joy to watch tonight. Albert sees things, and that's why he's going to the national team next week, because he's a special player.
Could you maybe comment on the first video replay in Salt Lake history and how that kind of went about?
I still don't know what they called back, to be honest with you. I mean, it looked like a 50-50 ball with the goalkeeper, but I guess you can't lie with technology and a robot, you know? I mean, that's why they do it. He watched it 2, 3 times, so I didn't really react that bad. But it just seems to happen to, you know, things like that. We score a great goal, and it seems to happen to us. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. We won 4-0.